Play.
Hey.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I am here live with my friend Russ Mitchell, the homesick Buckeye. How are you, Russ?
I'm okay. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So, what I wanted to talk about tonight, I wanted to hear a little bit of your story, how you came to keto, and what you've been doing over the last year.
Oh, well, good grief. Where do I start? I was born the son of a sharecropper in the field. I'm just kidding. I was born in a manger like a crusty baby Jesus. That's
Oh boy.
yeah. Hey, listen. You asked for my story. It could be a long night. I'm just saying.
All right, all
You
right, all
know,
right.
yeah. No, listen. My story is not that different, I think, than most people's. I came up, eating all the wrong foods at all the wrong times, the standard American diet. And, I had Southern influence. So everything was gravy and biscuits and cornbread and just, like I said, all the wrong things. So you fell in love with the wrong foods. We ate for every potential reason. We ate when we were happy. We ate when we were sad. We ate at funerals and weddings, for rewards, for punishments. I mean, it was just how it was. So, I developed a weight problem at a very young age, about 8 years old, and it just continued on throughout my life until I got to a point where you know I was at about over 550 pounds and had to make some changes. And uh, I'd heard of Atkins, back in the early 2000s, and I just thought it was a fad. I thought it was just, the craziest thing I'd ever heard. And, so I didn't take it seriously. And it wasn't until, I did some research 20 years later and realized, that was a diet that I should be eating, and it was a diet that was going to change my life. So I started down a path in May of 22 that got me to ketosis in 2023, and from that point, I'm down about 40 pounds and getting my life back on track.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you've taken like an interesting course on this because you didn't just like dive in with both feet. And
No,
why would that be? Why did you do it that way?
well, because it just didn't that isn't me. I don't do well with big changes. That's just my nature. That's my temperament, my personality. Some people can cold turkey stuff. I say it all the time. I
Hmm.
cannot cold turkey anything. I'm the opposite of cold turkey. I'm hot turkey. So I have the hot turkey things. So, I just, had to do it incrementally, little by little, change my normals, change my routines, change my habits. And it was tougher than I thought it would be. I mean, it took me
Hmm.
about a year, but I didn't think it would take that long. I didn't plan on it taking that long. I thought a few months I could do it, but man, it was tougher than I thought. But I began with the end in mind. I wanted ketosis to be my finish line, not my starting line. When I first understood ketosis and what it was, which is, for those who may not know, it's the state where your body is burning fat for fuel rather than burning glucose. Um, I knew that was my ticket out. And I remember sitting in front of the screen watching Dr. Ben Bickman explain it in a way that really connected with me. And I knew this was my ticket out. This is it. And, so my first thought was, man, I could starve myself and I could get into ketosis in a few days. And then I just stopped and said, wait. Because I know myself and I know that would just, all I'd be doing is setting up a battle that I would probably lose. So, I decided to take a more measured, steady, slow approach because I wanted it to last. I knew that, I had to do ketosis. I want to be in ketosis the rest of my life. I mean, the majority of the rest of my life.
Hmm.
So, in order for me to do that and get there, I had to do it a certain way. For me, again, other people are
Sure,
different. I totally
sure.
understand that. But for me, there's no way. I had to do it in a slow, methodical way. I had to change my life. I had to change my normal. I had to change my routines and my habits. Everything about my life had to change. But see, the thing of it is that I knew once I did all that, it'd be easy because the type of person I am, when I get in my routine or my habit or my flow, I lock in and it's easy for me, you know. And my normals are my gravitational pull. Whatever I do, wherever I go, whatever my normal is, whenever I deviate from that, I just something's always pulling me back to my normal, my routine. And so I knew that once I changed my life and got myself to where, eating the right things was my normal, I'd be okay because even when I do things I shouldn't or eat things I shouldn't, I always go back to my normal. It's
Hmm.
like I always go back to what my routine is. So, like I said, it took a while, but now I'm kind of locked in and I've got my routines and my normals and my habits, and it's not been difficult, once I broke through.
Oh, that's awesome. So, but how did you do that? Like, what if there's someone else watching or who will watch this that wants to do the way you've done it, needs to warm and hot turkey it? How did you change your habits and how your routines and like
Well,
change those
yeah,
habits? Yeah, basically.
yeah, it all starts, with knowing yourself, and knowing your limitations, knowing how your mind works, knowing how you deal with problems and issues, how you deal with struggles, highs and lows. And once you know that about yourself, set yourself up to win. You don't have to torture yourself. You don't have to play the game on advanced mode. You can play it on easy mode, for yourself if you really understand yourself and how your mind works. So, I talk about it. I did a series on my channel called My Overweight Life. And I talked about just from the time I was a kid until the time I got into ketosis in a series of videos. And what I did was I sat down and I made a list of all the things that I knew I had to kick out of my life. And,
Mm.
it was a pretty formidable list, you know, and I just started with the things that I thought would be the easiest. For instance, fruit. I don't even like fruit. So I was only eating it because I thought I had to. I
Hmm.
thought I needed it to live. That's what I learned my whole life. So I started with that. And then I went to sugar, and again, I thought I could do it, maybe in a few weeks or a month or two, I could just no, it took longer than I thought just because, again, you have your your habits, your traditions, the places you always go, the things you always do. I mean, I'm 50 plus years old. It's not, I've got 40 years of habits and traditions and normals, and I'm trying to break those things. So you just keep fighting it until you got it beat. And it wasn't a race. I wasn't racing anybody. I wasn't thinking about what other people were doing. I was fighting my own battles, fighting my own struggles, making my own way. And so once I kicked fruit and once I kicked sugar, then I went on to different things, grains and pastas and starches. And, just one by one, just kept kicking those things out of my life, processed foods, junk foods, fast food, just all those things. And again, I lost a lot of battles, but I won a lot of battles too. And I just kept pushing because I knew that my life depended on it, really. I mean, I don't know if there's any other way to say it than that.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
I had to do it. I had to make these changes because, I felt my life slipping away. I
Hmm.
talk about it all the time. I mean, I couldn't stand long enough to shave. I couldn't
Oh,
stand
wow.
long enough to scramble eggs or I used to take my cell phone with me out to my curb when I took my trash out because I get halfway down the driveway, I feel like I was gonna die. Um, so like I said, I mean, these are battles that I had to win, but I
Hmm.
didn't try to fight them all at once, you know, because it's just too much. And
Right.
keep in mind, during all this time, I still had some doubts about just the diet, and the lifestyle in general. I mean, I
Sure.
still have doubts about it, believe it or not. I mean, I've been doing it for, like I said, 6 months now, strongly. And I still have doubts in the back of my mind when I'm sitting there eating bacon and eggs. I'm thinking, I cannot possibly be getting all the nutrition I need, eating this. There's just no way. But I do it, I keep rocking. And I'm making the progress that I'm, comfortable making, and I'm perfectly happy to lose this weight the way I gained it. And I want to also add, weight was the only problem I had. I
Yeah.
didn't have any other problems. I've never spent a night in the hospital. I've never taken a medication outside of, antibiotic. I didn't have aches and pains. I wasn't depressed or anxious. I wasn't suicidal. I mean, I get low here and there, but I have a depression resistant mind. So, I would get down, but I never stay down. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be down for long. Um, and but I just kept pushing, pushing, pushing until I beat things one by one and, got myself where I wanted to be.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you've lost 30 pounds then
Well,
so
well, I'll
far, or
tell
how
you
much?
now, my last win was the 2nd of September. I was 508 down from 548. Now,
Oh, wow.
I didn't weigh myself for 30 years. And I don't know what my maximum weight was because I didn't weigh myself until I was in ketosis.
Okay.
Okay. So I know I was heavier
Right.
before I got into ketosis. I know I was. I just don't know how heavy I was. Funny story, I was 319 pounds in 1993. And that was the last time I weighed myself. And probably about 10 years ago, I got strep throat and I went to the doctor and they tried to weigh me in there, but the scale only went up to 350 pounds. And I got on the scale and the lady was fooling around with it. And she said, "Well, the scale only goes to 350 pounds. How much do you think you weigh?" And I said, 351.
That's the right answer.
She looked at me. She said, "I like that." And she wrote down 351 on the page. True story.
That's very funny. Okay, I understand. Well, I mean, I'm happy you didn't have to deal with all those other problems, but I think being 500, I think you must have lost more weight than 48 pounds in the last year then by just, slowly
Yeah, I'm
getting
sure.
rid of these things. But
Yeah, I'm
still,
sure.
40 pounds is awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure because, like I said, uh, I've been in keto. I mean, I was in ketosis, but I've been fighting it for like I said, about 11 months before. Um, and so, yeah, and I was feeling better. By the time I got to ketosis, I mean, the last thing to go was nuts and seeds and starchy foods and high carb vegetables. Um, and ironically, I wasn't really paying attention, but these I used to eat trail mix all the time, and it had like dehydrated fruit in it,
Hmm.
which, like I said, it was definitely not low carb. But I really didn't think about the dehydrated mangoes and stuff in it. I really was just thinking about the nuts and seeds. But yeah, to make a long story short, I know I weighed more than 548. And I tried to weigh myself before. The first scale I bought went to 500 pounds.
Okay.
And that was in April. That was about a month earlier. And I got on it and it said error.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. So I bought a scale that went to 700 pounds, but I didn't weigh myself right away. When I got it, it just sat in a box. And once I got to ketosis, I have like a little meter that I blow into. And once I got into ketosis, I blew in my meter was and blew a number. I decided I would weigh myself, and that's what I did. And it was 548. So I could have easily been 10 pounds heavier than that or
Hmm.
more. I just,
Hmm. Sure. Well, that's great. I wanted to see who's here. Let's see. Let's say hi to everybody. Not that Anna. Good evening. Good evening.
hey,
Who else is here? Unless he left, Mohammed Alia Wells. Yeah,
that's
I've never heard Muhammad Ali. I've never heard Prince Ali. I've never heard Alien. I've never heard any of these things before in my life.
yeah,
Adam, this is a great job. Uh,
yeah.
Phyllis
Thank you,
Waltz.
Adam. Appreciate it. That's our guy.
That's our guy. Thanks for being here. Uh, this is live. We're live. Ellie says, "Hi, Alia. Hi, Russell." Smiley face.
Hey, what's going on, El?
All
Good to
right,
see you.
Roger. This is my friend from Facebook and now YouTube.
There you
Hello,
go.
Roger. So he said an interesting comment down here.
Mhm.
This is what he said. When I was over 400 pounds, the only place I could weigh myself was the freight scale at my work.
Ironically, that's where I weighed myself in 1993. Was on a freight scale at my uncle's. My uncle had a plant, and my cousins were goofing around. Get on the scale, and I didn't want to get on, and they finally needled me enough that I got on the scale. So yeah, that's something
Oh
that's on
man.
for the
Oh
freight
man.
scale crew, brother. We're the freight scale crew.
You could
When I
do
did,
a
I used to do stand-up comedy, and when I went in my bits, I used to talk about, you know, people ask me how much I weigh. I'm like, I don't have time to go out to the zoo and weigh myself, so
oh my gosh. That's very funny. Okay, so Roger's from 400 to 230.
I love that, brother. That's awesome, man.
That's awesome. That's
Fantastic.
awesome.
Good for you.
Um, Jerpad says start at 265, now 230 in 2.5 months. Good
Yeah.
job. Good job.
Come on, brother. Rock on.
Chessie's Adventures is here. Oh, Ellie, low carb party. Yes, we're having a low carb party. We do that every Tuesday night, actually, but we don't cook anything, right, Russ?
No, there's no cookout here. We're fasting.
We're fasting during the keto cookout.
I don't
I
fast.
want to make
I
sure I said
slow.
hi to everybody. Uh,
I'm a
hello,
slower.
Matthew. Hello. I think we got everybody.
What's happening?
If you are here, there's 12 people watching. If you're here, let us know who is here. And we also want to hear your success stories. There you go. Oh, you're a comedian. That makes total sense. Your humor is so natural, a talent for sure.
Yes, I played. I was a comedian for a couple of years. I did stand up, you know, and probably I did a show with Tony Rock and a show with Billy Gardell one time many years ago. This was years. This is probably 10 years ago. It was
Nice.
cool. It was fun. It was cool. It's just a very, very, very tough life. You don't get paid anything. I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
everybody's trying to get their break or make their break, and get discovered.
Okay.
And most of the people were half my age and trying to do their thing. And I had a career and all that stuff. I was just doing it just to have fun. It was fun. It definitely was fun. But I did it for a couple of years and then I bounced out.
Okay.
Now I became an amateur. Now I'm just an amateur comedian. That's the world.
You're no longer professional. They don't
The
pay
world is
you.
my stage. The entire world is my stage now. And little clubs. I'm here for the whole world now.
And where did you learn how to sing?
Oh, good grief, God. That's all. That's all God there. I grew up in the church like a lot of folks. You
Mm-hmm.
know, a lot of singers. There's oh my gosh, there's probably 75% of the folks out there that sing for a living started singing in church.
Mm.
That's where it starts. I don't care. Whitney Houston, Carrie Underwood, of course, Aretha Franklin, and just so many greats. Gladys Knight and Dionne Warwick, and I mean, if you're going way back,
Yeah.
but Stevie Wonder, all those folks just start singing in church. My mom used to make me get up there and sing. I hated it, didn't want to do it,
Oh,
but
wow.
my mom would see back then. They used to beat kids, so you know, you had two choices. You could get up there and sing for Jesus, or you could get beat within an inch of your life and get up there and sing for Jesus. Okay.
So you sang.
Either way, you were going to sing for Jesus. That's all it was. So yeah, I used to get up there and sing. And my Aunt Wanda, I'll never forget. I love my Aunt Wanda so much. She asked me one time, she's like, "Don't you want to sing for Jesus?" I was like, "No, no, I don't." And then she said to me, she said, "Well, how about sing for your Aunt Wanda?"
Mm.
I said, "Okay," because I could do that because she gave me cookies.
Okay. Now we see where the trouble started.
That's right. Hey, listen, every time I was singing church, after church, we go over her house and she give me cookies. So there you go. That's where it all started. Yeah.
You want to sing a little ditty right now? Not P Diddy. You want?
Something. Oh,
What do you
like
got? What do you got?
I've always got something there. Carnivores don't have to go to the bathroom very often. We know that. We don't go. So it's so amazing. And I've been waiting for a bowel movement. It's so amazing on keto. I'm in the bathroom, but I don't have to go.
You don't drink coffee, do you?
Yes, I do.
You do? Oh, because I definitely go every day.
Yeah, I drink coffee every day. Well, it depends on how you look at it. There's so much cream in it that you can barely call it coffee.
Oh no, mine's definitely real coffee. Oh, here we go. Clap, clap, clap. I
Oh,
don't have sound effects. I'll have to figure that out. Oh, okay.
yes.
She wants to know why you're homesick. Not the Anna. Why are you homesick?
Whereabouts are you, Russell? I love the way she spelled Russell. Um,
I
call
love
me,
that
call me
also.
Russ. Call me Russ. I live in Jacksonville, Florida now, but I am from Central Ohio, and I lived there my entire life. Yeah, until 2005, and I moved down here, and so I'm
There you
home.
go.
But I will be
Oh,
in Ohio later on this month, so I'll be back home in a White Castle drive-through somewhere near you if you're in Ohio.
just get the patties, White Castle. Ugh. I'm from the Midwest also. Never liked White
Yeah,
Castle. Okay.
yeah.
J.A. Burkhart. Hi. Thanks for being here. Ellie says, I choose Sing for Jesus. There you go.
There's nothing wrong. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. I just as a kid, it's funny. I'll tell you something. The truth of the matter is, I didn't like and I don't like the attention.
Mm.
Even like doing comedy. I love writing the jokes and putting the jokes together and working with the other comics. Those are we had so much fun. All the comics would get together. It would just be, we would laugh so hard, we'd pee ourselves. But the worst part of it was actually being on stage. I wasn't nervous. Sometimes you get a little anxious, in the crowd. I mean, everybody's packed, standing room only, and the place is going nuts. But I don't like the attention. I just don't. And that's why this like internet thing is perfect for me because I can come in here, I can act a fool, and it's just me and the camera. I
Yeah.
don't. Like, I know people are watching, but they're not looking at me.
Oh, this is
So,
I mean, they are, but you
yeah,
don't know that they are, and you don't see their
yeah,
facial expressions.
yes,
You just see
yeah,
mine.
yeah. So that's really at the core of it. And
Yeah.
believe it or not, a lot of entertainers are like that. Michael Jackson was like that. A lot of people, it's like, you
Mm,
know, I don't know how to describe it. You just do it, but you don't really like it, or that's not the
mm,
part of it that you like. Now, some people are the opposite. Some people love to be on stage. They love to be the center of attention. What they don't like is the creative parts of it, the coming up with it, the work that goes into being funny or singing songs or doing your act. They don't like that part of it. They want to just go straight to the stage and the bright lights and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not like that. I played clubs and recorded music for years, and I loved being in the studio. I loved creating music. I was a studio rat. I lived in a studio. I hated being on stage. I
oh wow.
hated singing that actual performance part of it. My
Yeah.
perfect life would be like a songwriter where I could just write songs or write, jokes and stuff like that and have other people do them. That would be great.
Well, you can do them on our cookout. You can prepare them on the cookout. Prepare them for the cookout.
Like, it's actually cool because like I said, now I don't, it's I can be silly here, just
Yeah.
with you on the camera.
Yeah, exactly. Renee, hello. What's up, peeps? We want you on the cookout.
Hey, what's going
This
on,
isn't the
Renee?
cookout, by the way. We're just hanging out. That's all. That's what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, we're just hanging out.
And Roger says the only time that I did comedy was when I was drunk. So being clean and sober, I haven't been funny for 5 years and 11
Oh,
months. That's
love
pretty
that.
funny.
There
That's
you
pretty
go.
funny.
There you go.
um,
Love it.
Low carb carnivore. I had varied success on keto through 430 to 7 3. Oh my gosh, I can't read. 376. Messed up, gained it back. Now carnivore. Long story short, 444 to 423 in 41 days. Great. Stay the
Yeah,
course.
that is the downside of bouncing back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, it's tougher to get back on the wagon, for
Mm-hmm.
lack of a better term. And for me, it's not difficult to do because, you know, the when I'm comfortable on the wagon or when the wagon is my normal, it's easy for me to go back to my normal. It's
Right.
harder for me to deviate from my normal, So for me, it works, I can do that. Other people cannot do it. Once they start, get off the path, they stay off the path for a long period of time. I'm not that guy. I gravitate back to my routine, back to my regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah, I understand. Some people here like coffee. Hello, Susan. Thank you for stopping by. Hello, Renee. Roger loves coffee. He's in the
Yeah,
coffee club.
I'm not a coffee snob by any stretch. I really don't know much about coffee. I only started drinking it a few months ago. And I don't really even like it that much. The only reason I started doing it is because I never had.
Oh, okay.
That's really the truth. It's like, I got to a place in my life where I'm like, I just want to do everything different. I've lived a certain way for the
Mhm.
last 40 years. If I've never done it before, I'm gonna do it within reason. Okay, I'm not. Hey, if you see me, jumping out of a perfectly good airplane, call somebody. I'm committed. Okay, I'm not jumping out of nothing. I'm not doing any of that. But yeah, like I don't know. A few weeks ago, I went out and sat out in the sun. Just sat outside in the sun. Why? I'd never done it before.
How? How did you never do that before? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
No, it's not crazy. Okay, I don't need color. I am color. Okay? I don't need what do I need to be out in the sun for? For what? Making like a slow roasting chicken. I don't need to be out I don't need to be out there. If God wanted us out in the sun, he wouldn't have invented air conditioning. Okay? So,
Or
I
invented the man that invented air conditioning.
yeah, I mean, I have no desire for that, man. Like, it's just too hot, especially down here, man. It's nuts.
Oh
It's
yeah.
100 degrees on it. I don't want any part of that. I'll go out in the
Okay,
winter
okay.
time.
Well, I'm glad you tried it for the first time in 53 years. So that was
Yeah, and I didn't like it very much, but, it's one of those things, hey, we're gonna do a few things here, some new things, and that's it. But coffee's okay. I don't I get the cheapest coffee I can find, and I don't even make it like the way you're supposed to. I kinda skimp on the coffee. So, like, I got this, like, snazzy coffee maker. And
yeah.
so you can brew it like rich or normal. I guess it steeps longer when you do it rich or whatever. So I just use like less than they tell you, but I brew it rich. And I'm like, because I'm thinking to myself, it's the natural born skeptic in me. It's like if they're telling me to put in 3 scoops, I probably only really need two. They're just
It's
trying to sell me
true.
more of it. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
true.
putting in 3. I'm gonna put in 2, and I'm gonna tell it to steep longer, and it'll probably be just the same as if I put in 3 and let it steep at the regular time.
Sure. It's like I bet you have this problem with shampoo also, right? Because it says wash, rinse, and repeat. You probably don't need to do the repeat.
Yeah. Yeah, you
You
do if
use a lot of
you
shampoo on your hair, right?
yeah. You do if you wanna make a shampoo guy rich. You need to
Yeah,
do stuff like
exactly.
that. Yeah. So, but I'm
Exactly.
not a snob. Like I said, I get whatever, and I don't understand. I listen, whatever's on sale, whatever's cheapest, that's what I get. I see, bold, dark roast and medium roast and Colombian. I don't. What's on sale? That's what I get. And I
That's
was
what you
gonna
get.
get decaf, but somebody told me not to do that because the
See,
decaffeination process is kind of nasty, and it's they have to bleach it or something to get the caffeine out of it or something that's just not good for you. It's
Yeah,
worse
exactly.
for
There's some process.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
exactly.
Yeah, so I was gonna get decaf, but I don't. But I don't really have a problem with caffeine. Like I drink coffee sometimes at night. It doesn't keep me up. But
Okay.
again, I use a lot of cream and I don't use all the coffee you're supposed to use. So maybe there's something to that.
Probably, probably. All right. Well, Susan's here. Karen, hello. She's double streaming. I don't know if that means she's watching us twice or if she's watching us and somebody else, but whatever. Thanks for being here. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Stream
thank you.
away.
Thank you, Karen. Yes, there's probably some folks watching our brothers over there.
Yeah, I thought they were doing Saturdays, so I did that. Anyways,
Yep,
uh,
yep,
I
that's good.
not the Anna's in Toledo.
Yes, Toledo. That's up near that state up north there. Don't go too much further north there. You'll get that on your shoes.
What? I don't even understand that reference, but that's okay.
There's a state north of Ohio that she lives close to that I don't want to talk about. It's a wretched, disgusting place. And so hope you never have to go up there. She knows what I'm talking about.
Oh wow. Uh, I'm like literally Googling this right now. Oh, okay. I had to Google it. I'm just like Russ, 2/3 coffee, 1/3 cream. There you go. Ellie says, I don't like attention either. I hated my birthday because everyone would stare at me and sing me happy birthday. That made me so uncomfortable. I love you, you
Yeah,
too.
it's funny. I used to have a guy I knew that whenever we would go out to a restaurant, he thought it was funny to tell the staff that it was somebody's birthday that we were with, so they come and clap and say, he just thought that was hilarious. He just thought it was the funniest thing. So one time we were out, and all of a sudden, this group of people just comes over clapping and singing, and I'm like, it's like my birthday's in September. It's like June. I mean, we're like, they're like clapping, and he's just dying. He thinks it's hilarious.
That's
But
awesome.
they gave me a free dessert, so hey,
Hey, free
yeah.
dessert and before keto. Smash, thanks, Adam. Smash that like button, you find peeps. Yes, thank you, every one of you, for being here. And Roger says hit and share, peeps. Oh, wow. Thank you. Good idea. These are great ideas. Falling off the wagon for me each time made me want to stick to it that much more. Now I am at the point where I am not going back. I made a vow to the last time was last time. Okay. There you go. There you go.
I love that. I don't fall off the wagon. I don't use those terms. I don't use that terminology I talk about all the time. I live my life. And part of living my life is eating certain things at certain times and doing certain things. It's just what it is. So, I have a 90-10 philosophy. It doesn't matter what you do 10% of the time. It matters what you do 90% of the time. And, if you gain 1 pound every time you lose 9, you'll be okay. So
Right.
that's my philosophy. So there's just times when I'm gonna do things that I want to do, go places I want to go, eat things I want to eat, and then I'm gonna go right back to my regularly scheduled program.
Great.
That's my philosophy. And listen, I'm not telling anybody that's what they should do. I try very hard, on my channel and everywhere. I don't tell people what to do. I tell people what I do and how it's working for me, and just give people another way to look at things or another way to consider things, and you can take from me what is valuable and leave the rest alone.
Nice. Uh, Adam has a really important question. Russ, have you ever done goat yoga?
Yes, Adam is probably halfway into a bottle of vodka right now, and no, I've never done goat yoga, but I have eaten curry goat, so I don't know if that counts.
I don't think so. Goat yoga? What is goat yoga? Oh my God, there's so many weird things on this planet. Yoga with a goat? Okay. I like my coffee to taste like hot chocolate drink, so I don't do coffee. Okay, yeah, I understand. So I think Ellie, I just want to pop her comment up here because I think her coffee had testosterone in it. When I drank coffee, it was black. You put hair on your chest. Coffee with testosterone. Been coffee free since I started carnivore. Well done. Well done. Let's see. Yes, our brothers hate when I have to pick. Oh, I think that's for some other conversation that's in here.
No, that's for no, she said I said our brothers aren't on that channel. She said, yes, they're over there. They're streaming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, listen, you know, there's room out here
Yeah.
for everybody. God bless those guys. They're friends of mine. I was on, matter of fact, I was on with Dave Mack. I'm gonna be doing something with Dave Mack here in a couple of days. And Kip's gonna be on, I think, our show in a couple of weeks, the
Yep.
cookout.
Mm-hmm.
And you're on a live stream with Sean. You know, so listen, we're all family here, we're all friends. We wish them nothing but the best. They're cool guys, and you know, check us out on the replay or check them out on the replay. Good thing about this, you don't have to necessarily watch live as long as you watch.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't mean to schedule this during their time. I thought they were back on Saturdays when I scheduled this, and now I didn't want to cancel it because I wanted to go live with Russ only. The one and only.
You gotta
Why?
set your
I don't know.
you gotta set your sights a little higher there, sis. Yeah.
Ellie, are you guys going to go on the low carb cruise? I just found out yesterday on JT. That's Poco Moonshine. Nope, not spending that money. But thank you. It sounds like it'll be fun.
No, I will not. Yeah, I'm not getting on any boat that that goes out for more than about 20 minutes to half an hour. Yeah. When I'm ready to go home, I'm ready to go home. I will be at Keto Palooza though in Louisville if anybody's going to that.
Oh, that's why you're going up to Ohio.
No.
Or that's in Kentucky. I know geography.
Yeah.
Louisville.
But, yes, I will be there. That's in October sometime. You can Google it. But Dr. Barry will be there. Two Crazy Ketos. Shout out to my sis Rachel. I thank those guys. They shouted me out yesterday on their live stream. Rachel and Joe, Two Crazy Ketos. Love those guys. So shout out to them. They will be there. Dr. Barry, Dr. Hampton. I'm trying to think.
That's awesome.
There, I said Two Crazy Ketos. Ben Azadi, if anybody's a Ben fan.
I just saw some promo about that somewhere.
Keto Camp.
Dr. Boz is going to be there also.
Yes, Dr. Boz. So yeah, it should be a good time.
So you need to talk to all of them and tell them to come on the cookout.
Yeah, they definitely will. I've already talked to Rachel. Rachel's going to come on. I've talked to Dr. Barry. He's going to come on. Hampton's already been on.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, they definitely are going to come on the cookout. It's just a matter of putting it together. They have a lot of. They're going to get pulled in a lot of directions.
Sure. Absolutely. Carnivore Scott changed his photo, and this is also a fantastic photo. Can either of you discuss potential hormonal changes you have experienced? Nobody wants to hear about my hormonal changes.
Yeah, right.
Russ will leave the stream.
Hey, and now we have the part of the show where Ali talks about her hormones.
Let's just say it's resolved a lot for me, and I've talked about it a lot, and Russ hates it. But why don't we just talk about the fact that being on carnivore diet has improved my sleep tremendously, and I think that will also help balance your hormones. I think you can't just eat, but if you can eat better and then you can also sleep better, you're going to get your body back into like a state of equilibrium, I guess is the right word. And that's what I want to say, because I don't want to offend my only guest tonight.
I'm not offended. I'm kind of
not offended by Aunt Flo.
Yeah, listen, I can take a little nap here. It's not a problem.
What about you, Russ? Have you experienced hormonal changes? Your turn.
I wouldn't know, but no, I'm pretty sure that I haven't.
No, okay. I have a lot. Go check out my videos on my channel. I talk about it a lot. But sleep is very key. Eating right and sleeping right, it seems to be the magic trick to get your body in order. Okay, let's see. Somebody else likes coffee. I like my musical beans. I like my I really got to read these before I put them up. You read this one. Magic musical
I will do
beans.
no such thing, but thank you.
Okay, good.
I'm not here to work.
It says, I like my coffee like I like my women strong and black. I just didn't want to be offending
Hey, that's
anybody by
fine.
reading that comment. But
He's out.
beautiful,
I guess he's out of WNBA games. Just having the time of his life.
probably. For real though, too many seed oils in the very tasty but very bad zero sugar creamers. Oh yeah, those things rip up my stomach. They're so bad. Okay, here we go. Are you a dancer? Are you a triple threat? Do you dance, Russ?
You know, when I was young and in my prime, I used to do it all the time. But yeah, no, I don't do much rug cutting. I could make a horizontal boogaloo joke here, but I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, good. This is still PG. I thought you were vegans. Is that for us? Yes, I am. I eat meat and the meat eats the floor, eats the grass, and therefore I get my never mind. That was a bad joke. What are you gonna say about that?
There's nothing else. You've already said all you needed to say. I can't really expand on that.
Scott says it really impacted me as I was once diagnosed with having low, I think testosterone.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, personally, I just don't know if I have that or don't have that.
Okay,
I
I
can't.
understand. Okay, so he's clarified. Musical beans is black. There you
I got
go.
you.
There
Okay.
you go. All right, who else has got any more comments or questions that we
I'm
can
gonna take it.
exactly. Any more? Any more? So tickets to Ketopalooza end 9/23. Oh, okay. There we go. Well, Russ, what else do you want to say here? We're at 40 minutes. You got anything else
Hey,
to
this
say?
is
Anyone
your
else got
show. You
anything else?
know, I'm
You're the guest.
doing whatever you tell me to do here. Yes,
You
I'm
wanna
rocking on.
sing us on the way out? I'm just joking.
Yeah, you're trying to just turn this into a concert? Is that
Yeah.
we can always do something. I'm carbless when it comes to eating food. I'll eat anything you want me to, as long as there's no carbs at all. I'm carbless. Sugar doesn't have a prayer. I'll eat beef and bacon anywhere, in a school or at the mall. There you go.
That was beautiful. I love that. Do you just come up with it like on the spot?
Sometimes yes, sometimes not. Just depends. Yes,
Oh,
sometimes
okay.
I do. Sometimes I think about it for a minute. It just I don't know. It comes to me at different times. Just depends. Some are easy, some are different. Like if you're singing a song like, you're just changing one word, that's easy. It's like, it's like I don't know if you know you're too young to know the song, but like, because every time I close my eyes, I think of food. Well, the only thing I change is you for food because the real
Yeah.
song is because every time I close my eyes, I think of you. And no matter what the season is, I still love you. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's I just changed one word. So
Yeah.
it didn't really come up with like a song. Now, Carbless, that's different because that song is, I don't know if you know the original song. It's
I
Garth Brooks.
don't.
I'm shameless when it comes to loving you. I'll do anything you want me to. I'll do anything at all. So it's similar. I'm carbless when it comes to eating food. I'll eat anything you want me to as long as there's no carbs at all. So
Okay.
again, I'm not really creating, or even like the Luther song. Do you know that? Like so amazing. It's
I think
so
so.
amazing to be loved. I'd follow you to the moon in the sky above. So it's like it's so amazing on keto. I'm in the bathroom, but I don't have to go. So it's the so amazing part is already written. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. But it's
Yeah.
super creative. I only came up with sugar pie, honey bunches of oats.
Love it. Listen, hey, do what you can do. And listen, I can write goofy songs about food. You can have children.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
thank you. That's a very good point. Thank you.
Yeah. See?
Musical Bean sub. Take care, people. Thank you.
Hey, I love that. Thanks, Beans. Appreciate it.
Beans, that's what I'm gonna call him now too. Carnivore Scott, how do you pull off tailgating in the keto way? That's a question for you.
Well, listen, you guys know my philosophy on this. If you follow my channel from the beginning, um, I do what I want to do. I don't eat I don't eat keto snacks and keto treats, keto ice cream and keto this. I don't eat that stuff. I've never bought a keto product in my life. Now I've been, when you go to these summits and things, they give you keto products. They give you a bag full of them. And, but I've never bought keto candy or keto chocolates or any of that. I do have a few sugar-free things. I have some sugar-free barbecue sauces and things like that I like. But those aren't really keto per se.
Sure.
But I eat what I want. If I go out to a tailgate and I want to eat something, I eat it. I don't think that much about it. Again, the way my mind works, I'm going to snap back to my normal routine. It takes me a long time to break my normals and break my routine. So I would have to like eat junk food and fast food like every day for weeks for me to get out of my mind my normal routine, like my normal thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I eat what I want to eat, but I also, it's important to say that what I want to eat has changed because I understand now about metabolic health and I understand how my body processes and deals with these things. And so what I want to eat has changed. I don't want to eat that stuff every day. I mean, when I look at my old life, it's crazy. And I don't beat yourself up about it. That's what my advice is what I do. If you eat something that you feel like you shouldn't or whatever, just keep moving. Go back to your normal, go back to your routine. And don't stress about it. It's just not worth it to me. And again, what you do 90% of the time is what's going to shape your life, not the 10.
Right, exactly. For Carnivore Scott, I'm going to say spam. That's how I'm going to do some tailgating. Spam. Because Carnivore Scott told me I need to try spam. I've never tried it before. Here we go. How did you guys meet? How did we meet? Russell?
What are we, a married couple or something?
I know, right?
Well, she was streaking at an Ohio State football game across the field. And once they tackled her and took her to jail, I bailed her out. No, actually, the truth of the matter is, I had seen her around, in these YouTube streets.
Oh.
And Adam was the one when Adam and I decided we wanted to do the cookout. Adam thought she would be a great fit, and he was exactly right.
Aww.
So I think that's actually the first time we met was actually on that live stream.
It was, but we just clicked.
Yes, we somehow did.
What do you call it? Because I'm so aloof that I don't realize you're making fun of me.
Yeah. Islands in the stream. That is what we are. No one in between. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me.
That was beautiful. And that perfect for this next comment, man. It's channeling Barry White.
You never know when I'm going to break out in a song, man.
Do you understand this one? Walrus of Love, Alive and Well?
I think that's what they call Barry White.
Oh, okay.
He was a big guy. He was a pretty big guy.
Okay.
But he had a much deeper voice than mine. It was like, yeah, baby.
Yeah, someone mentioned you're a tenor, a Barry White tenor.
Darling, can't get enough of your love, babe.
Oh, I love that song. Like, okay.
Wrong.
What's your typical meals look like on keto? I'm just gonna say beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. So you can answer this. That's my answer.
Beef, butter. I am a firmly in the ketovore camp. I would call myself a dirty carnivore. The majority of the carbs I get are sauces and condiments. I do eat a little bit of vegetables once or twice a month, maybe 3 or 4 days a month. I get some real vegetables in. I like them. I like eating them. I slather them with butter and salt and knock them down. So,
Nice.
but yeah, the typical stuff everybody eats, just meat, um, lamb, beef, salmon, little bits of seafood and chicken, and eggs. Egg salad, scrambled eggs, omelets, boiled eggs. A little bit of sausages in there, like beef sausages, chicken sausages, bacon. Although I'm telling you, my carb number might creep up a little bit here because,
September.
well, no, that's going to be Carbageddon. But just overall, because I'm starting to get tired of bacon.
Okay. Oh
And
no.
yeah, and that's the thing with me. That's why, like the whole carnivore thing, it's, I'm not saying I never will be a carnivore
Yeah.
completely. Although, that whole thing just, I don't know. There are people who eat, carbs and talk about it, and they call themselves carnivore, and they eat vegetables and fruits and honey and all kind of stuff. So I don't know. I'll just claim it, But the
Yeah.
thing is, if I say I'm a carnivore and then somebody hears me talking about eating vegetables, and everybody's going to be like, "Oh, hey, you're not carnivore," and it's just like, oh, so it's just easier to say, you know, I'm not carnivore, or whatever. But I'm, again, probably, you know, 60% of the 50, between 40 and 60% of the time, I eat no carbs at all. But I just get to a point where I'm tired of stuff. That's why
Mhm.
I can't, like, even like, steak. If I, by the third or fourth day, I'm tired of it.
Okay.
Tired of it. Even me. Like, after a few days, I'm just tired of it, and I got to eat something else.
Sure.
It's just what it is. And I don't need a ton of variety. I don't need, like a million different things, but I gotta, go from, salmon to ground beef, from ground beef to steak, from steak to lamb, from lamb to something else. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat more like beef hot dogs and beef sausages instead of bacon with my eggs for a little while, because I'm just getting tired of bacon. But a lot of those sausages and stuff have a few extra carbs in them. You have
Right.
to really watch the labels
I mean,
because
you could get pork belly and get it grounded up 2 times. You make your own like little sausage patties at home. It takes like 5 minutes to
maybe,
cook up.
maybe. I mean,
It's
I
good.
wouldn't try, I guess. I don't eat a lot of pork. I didn't come up eating it. A lot
Mhm.
of it makes
Mhm.
me a little ill.
Yeah, it's true.
So I'd have to try just a little bit of it and see if it agrees with me, because, like, I can't eat pork sausage. I can't eat ribs.
Mhm.
There's some things I cannot endure.
I
And I don't
understand.
know. I guess it's because I didn't grow up eating it. I don't know. Maybe because I haven't eaten enough of it to build up a, you know,
Tolerance.
but so I'm sure I'll go back to it. It's
Yeah.
just right now I'm really tired of it. And
Yeah.
like, I've got some that I fried up, and I'm like this morning I was eating my bacon and eggs, and I was just kind of like, I really don't want to be eating this. And when I get to that point, I've
Yeah.
got to change it up, because that's how I end up face down in the mashed potatoes at Golden Corral.
Oops,
You know,
oops. Carnivore Scott.
When I get tired of something and I get frustrated and I get a little out of sorts, that's when I get off the rails. I gotta be psychologically in the game. I gotta like what I'm eating, like my routine, like what I'm doing, feel good about it. Otherwise, I'll be in the Taco Bell drive-through.
I understand. I want to tell Scott that and Musical Beans, who says fried spam is delicious. I'm going to do a video hunting for a can of spam in Colombia and then frying it and eating it, just because I think that'd be funny. And he also says it's always Adam's fault. And I think that's because we know each other. Now we know each other, it's Adam's fault. But look at this. The two of you are delightfully matched. How cute. Thank you, Spirit Junkie. He's my
Hey,
brother from another mother.
where are you? Spirit Junkie's been hiding from us.
I know. Where have you been? Show up at the cookout. Oh, Alia, your labs were terrific. Whoop, whoop. I'm going to do a video about it. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's crazy. My cholesterol is awesome. I have the cholesterol of a 10-year-old. Oh, sorry, let me be specific. My triglycerides are that of a 10-year-old child, a healthy 10-year-old. So I thought that was pretty
What's your
funny.
ratio?
The
Triglyceride to HDL.
triglycerides, it is 0.82.
Oh, that is great.
Yeah, I was listening to somebody today who said it needs to be like 1.5, that ratio. And
Absolutely.
if
The
it's,
lower the better. 1.5
yeah,
is like yeah, but if you're less than 1, that's awesome. Mine was 2.6.
okay,
My
you got
last
some work. But that's still good, or does it need to be lower than that?
lower is better, like golf.
Okay, okay.
2.6 is terrible.
Oh, okay. So eat more fatty meats.
Yeah, no,
But
I
you
mean,
want
like
to eat.
I said,
You're there.
I'm
You're
gonna
getting
check it
there.
again. I'm gonna check it again in November, so we'll see where we're at. But 2023 fasting insulin. What was your fasting insulin?
They didn't do it. I don't know. Let's look at these tests. They have triglycerides, my thyroid. I asked for. Sorry, I literally have right here because I've been meaning to do it. All I have is my
You have to check
A1C
your
is like
fasting.
5.6. I should
Yeah,
take fasting insulin, but
gotta
it
check
says
your fasting insulin. You gotta check
okay.
your fasting insulin. Most
I'll
places
do that.
don't do it. You have to ask them. You have to push them to do it.
Yeah, exactly. My whatever the blood sugar was 5.5. I
That's
don't know how that
okay.
is.
Mine's 5. Yours is higher than mine.
Yeah, mine is always. I don't even understand that. I
What's your
don't eat
fasting?
any
What's your
sugar.
fasting? What's your fasting glucose?
It doesn't have it. I'll do that next time. All they do is the A1C.
Huh? How do you get A1C without a glucose? That's
I
odd.
don't know, or I'm reading this wrong.
Part of the same. I think it's part of the same panel,
It's
but I don't
supposed to be. I don't know. Whatever. I went
know.
to a lab.
But yeah,
So
you got to get your fasting insulin checked. Everybody, if you're out there, you get your blood work done, make them check your fasting insulin. And I won't go into why, but you can go to Dr. Barry's channel and find out why. You can go to Dr. Bickman and find out why. There's 100 places you can go to find out why. But it basically tells you, and again, I'm capsulizing here, how hard your body is working to keep your numbers in line.
right.
So, because your A1C might be good, your fasting glucose might be good, but if your fasting insulin is bad, it's telling you that your pancreas is working way harder than it should to keep those numbers good. And
Interesting.
that's where the danger is. Because
Interesting. I'll
eventually,
do that next time.
your pancreas is working very hard all the time. Eventually, it won't be able to keep up, and then eventually it'll give out.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to acknowledge musical beings here. Nothing wrong with veg. If you can deal with them, awesome.
Yeah,
Eat them. Yeah,
absolutely.
we don't have any problems here. I eat for 6 months basically no vegetables. I had some pickles a couple weeks ago that made me crazy. Russ
Listen,
knows all about that.
This thing is individual.
Yeah, it's
Everybody's got to
individualized.
do what works for them, and it's about keeping your proteins and fats high, your carbs low as you can, and that's what it's all about. That's the moral of the story. That is what unites us all as ketogenic people.
Right.
Carnivores, ketovores, we're all ketogenic people. We're all ketogenic. It's all ketogenic. So whether your number is 0 or your number is 100, as Dr. Barry teaches us, uh, you know, it's we're all part of the keto family.
Yeah, exactly. It says carnivore today. I haven't had veg in 8 months. I'm so thankful. I hate them. Me too. No, I love vegetables. That's the problem. I love vegetables. Always have. Never felt better in my life. Good for you, Adam.
Yep, I love it. It's been a while. I'm gonna make some vegetables. I think tomorrow. I haven't had any for a couple of weeks, maybe 10 days or so,
Oh, okay.
and I'm gonna make some probably tomorrow. Just a little bit, maybe just to have
Sure.
over the weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
Uh,
get some lettuce and tomatoes too, because I haven't had lettuce or tomatoes in months. Well, I had lettuce and tomato on my hamburger on last week, but other than that,
okay. I just want to tell musical beings that I do see all the chats. We're not in YouTube right now. We're outside of YouTube. I do see them, but I don't necessarily click on every single one of them. Sorry. If you're not clicked on, it doesn't mean we don't love you. So Spirit Junkie, she had a TIA on Monday, and she says it's a transient or he. Are you a she or a he? I just don't know. But I'm not asking for your pronoun. I just don't know what if that's a he or a she name. There she had some. Anyway, she's been in the hospital, and that's why she hasn't been in the chats. Happy that you're back, and hopefully you're doing well. Oh, thank you. Congrats on our subscriber counts. She had a mini stroke. I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, it's a mini stroke. And music, I see musical beings in the chat. Yeah, we don't take ketos, don't take statins, brother. You need to check out our man, Dr. Barry.
Right.
He will tell you to throw your statin in the trash. It's absolutely positively junk. He's a doctor, not me. These are his words, not mine. And they lower your LDL cholesterol, which you need. And if you shoot me a message or whatever, I will try to find the video and share it with you. But if you go to my channel, right above my videos is a link to featured channels. Dr. Barry, Dr. Hampton, Dr. Chafee, these are medical doctors. And Dr. Barry is not a fan of statins, and most keto folks are not. But there may be, again, I'm not a doctor, there may be some, very unique or very specialized use for it. But Dr. Barry is anti. It's funny. I was on a stream with him maybe a month ago, and somebody put in, how long do I have to wean myself off of my statins? Like, how should I decrease? He's like, throw them in the trash today. It's like, you don't have to wean yourself off of them. They're garbage. They're a waste of money. Eat fatty meats and, forget about it. Throw them away. So, again, but I would definitely recommend talking to a doctor. I'm not telling anybody to throw their drugs away.
Yeah, we just share our own experiences, and we don't give medical advice. But I might say how I feel about doctors.
Carnivorous grandma on the screen, yes, carnivorous grandma.
Yeah.
Look, hey, yeah, she was, she thought it was funny when Dr. Hampton was, was giving me grief on my show. So I don't know. I'm still torn about carnivorous grandma.
No, she's wonderful.
Although she is cute, though. She could be one of my keto cuties. She could be one of my keto cuties. You might have to make me a plate of something, Grandma, for me to forgive you, because I felt like you should have been on my side. We don't even know if Dr. Hampton's really a doctor. Nobody's really checked his credentials. He might be a doctor like, Dr. J, or
I bet she's younger than you, Russ. I bet she's younger than you.
Well, then she fits in just right. That's exactly what she's supposed to be. Younger than me.
Okay, I'll answer this question. So today I ate pork liver and it was delicious. So the backstory is, when I was a kid, I used to eat a bunch of Oscar Mayer liverwurst, and I loved it. I would just eat a whole tube of it. And now I just cook it with butter, or I fry it with butter. Today I put a little lemon on it. That's why I don't have carnivore in my name, because I want to have lemon sometimes or lime. It's really easy. Here's how you do it. You put it in your mouth, you chew it, and you swallow it. That's how you eat organs. It's really easy. Butter or bacon grease.
Yeah, that's
your friend.
Yeah, I done told you, brothers don't eat organs. We play the organ. I done said it a million times. Brothers ain't doing that.
Robin says she's 57. Robin, you look amazing.
Robin's 57. I'm 54. She's in there. I don't know, slide in my DMs, Grandma. Slide in my DMs. Look, hey,
Okay.
Hey, look, I go half on a boiled egg with you, sis. How about that? Hey, you coming over? We'll go half on a stick of butter.
All right, it's an hour, guys. That's when I give up on live streams. Even though I will be doing a 24-hour live stream next week, next Sunday, next Saturday, September 16th, 1 week from Saturday, 24 hours. I don't know if I can be there for 24 hours, but Russ will be there also at like 7:30, right? Or 4:30. 7:30 or 4:30.
Say that again. Are you
The
talking?
24-hour live stream.
I think
When are you
it's
going to be there?
8:30.
8:30. Okay, good. Make sure to be there at 8:30 because he's going to
I
save
think
us.
it's 8:30. I think it's 8:30 Eastern.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure.
Man, there's one more question here, or I want to say this. So, if I can, spirit junkie, if I can avoid bad oils at the hospital and make the most appropriate choices, I'm staying carnivore for life. Good for you. Good for you. Let's see. This is for you, Russ. Have you tried ox tongue? It sounds so gross, but surprisingly delicious.
Yeah, I'm not tonguing no ox. No, thank you.
I thought we bought some tongue last week, actually. Cow tongue. Is that the same as an ox tongue? I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't.
pretty sure it's got to be pretty similar. Now, I will knock down some oxtails though.
Okay, I'll try that.
Yeah, I'm all about the oxtails, but yeah, the ox tongue, yeah, I could probably do without that.
Nice. Roger, 62 years old. All right, Roger, you looking good. And he's the one. Roger's the reason why I bought the cow tongue, but I actually don't know what happened to it. I don't know where it went.
Is Scott still in the room?
Scott, are you here? And then low carb carnivore. I like Lily Kane's definition of carnivore, hyper carnivore. Someone who eats 70% meat or more in their diet. Oh wow. Well, I'm hyper carnivore then, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if by that definition, yeah, I mean, I would say 90% of people are carnivore, and that's the part. And that's why it just gets so convoluted. It's why I use those terms in the family. I don't use those terms outside the family because people don't know what it means. You can't define it. I mean, if you're eating 30% of your diet non-meat, now I don't know what the other 30% is. Is it eggs? Is it,
oh yeah, I mean, I think that's what she means, like 70%. I'm sure that includes eggs. I think.
Yeah, I don't know, but still, if you're getting 70% fat and protein, and the rest is carbohydrate, I don't think anybody would call that carnivore. That's ketovore.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Too many titles. Yeah, that's why my YouTube channel is my name.
I don't even like it. I like the number. What is your number?
Yeah,
If
exactly.
your number is 0, I know what you are. If your number is 70, I know what you are.
Yeah,
If your number is 15, 30, whatever, I know where you fit in. I know, what's going on. And it's especially for people who aren't in this life and don't understand all that stuff, it's a lot easier for them. And that's where I start with people when they don't know anything about any of this. How many carbs do you eat in a day? What is your carb number?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I start with. And most of the time, 90% of the time, they say, I don't know. And then you can go from there and say, well, you should know, and, start reading labels, start looking at what you're eating, start trying to see how many carbs that you have on a daily basis, and then just work to get that number as low as you can,
exactly.
and over time, get it down as low as you can. Some people can go, I mean, it's crazy. I went from 400 to 15, I mean, I used to eat.
That's a lot. That's crazy.
Well, it's not really. I'm telling you.
How do you get 400 carbs in?
Because you drink 250 of them.
Like Coca-Cola or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's like most people drink at least 100 carbs a day. I mean, you're talking 40 to 50 in a can of soda, or sweet tea, or fruit juice, or any of that stuff. So if you drink one can of soda or a sweet tea or something with every meal, you're talking about 150 carbs right there. You haven't even eaten anything. I used to drink probably a pitcher. When I used to go to Olive Garden, I'd probably drink 3 or 4 Sprites before they even brought the food out.
Oh, wow. And then Olive Garden is just a feast of carbohydrates.
Yeah. It was like that anywhere I went. Everywhere you go, they got free refills on the drinks.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, exactly.
Like you go to any restaurant where you go to Longhorn, you go and sit down, boom, they bring out a loaf of bread and a sweet tea. And I'll knock down 3 sweet teas and the loaf of bread before they even bring the steak out. So I'm 150 carbs in before they even brought my food.
Yeah, I understand.
So that's why, if I don't judge myself based on what I want to be or what I'm going to be. I judge myself based on what I used to be and
Sure.
where I've come from. So that's
Sure.
why I don't get bent out of shape, because I had 200 carbs last weekend. I used to drink that in a single meal.
Okay.
So it's like, really? I'm going to get all bent out of shape, over that? No way. I'm
Yeah,
going to,
exactly.
pick myself up, dust myself off, keep on moving, and I'll be just fine.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Scott's. I don't think Scott's here, by the way.
Yeah, I'm
There
gonna
we
see if
go.
he's streaming tonight. See, I've got my whole studio and all that set up, so it's like while I'm here, because he likes to do the late night streams.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
So I was gonna see if he was streaming tonight, because if he is, I might pop on with him for a few minutes, just because I've got everything up and my lights are up and the whole thing's going. So I'm like, before I shut all this stuff down, maybe if he's on, maybe that's why he left, because he was doing his own stream.
Oh,
Thank you,
maybe.
Ellie. I see Ellie's comment, and that's exactly right. Listen, if you're looking for perfection, read your Bible. Uh,
And
persistent,
understand the Bible and understand it. Don't just read it.
yeah,
Emulate it.
understand. Perfection is not as important as persistence. Be persistent. Stay after it. Get better. Improvement is better than you're never going to be perfect, but you can always improve. So, you know, like I said, that's my view. And
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't try to push it on anybody. I just share it with people, because I know there are people out there that are struggling. Don't torture yourself. If you're torturing yourself, you're just going to be miserable.
Yeah, exactly. What is it? Somebody retired Bob says be 1% better every day. Be better every day
Absolutely. I
and
say
keep going.
moving, grooving, steadily improving. It's the exact same thing.
Exactly. Well, I think we're done. That's how I end.
You got
We're
it.
done. And we tried to end a little while ago already. We're done. Uh,
There you go.
we'll
All
see
right.
y'all later.
That's fine.
Wait. So our brothers were on the other channel. They're talking about exercise and testosterone.
Oh. That's
uh,
funny.
yeah. Okay. Well,
Shout out
glad you
to
showed up,
them.
but we're leaving now, anyways. So, thanks for showing up, everybody. Nice to. Thanks, Russ. Thanks for
All
your
right.
time. See you
Cool.
Tuesday. Y'all better show up at the cookout Tuesday night,
That's right.
everybody.
Yeah, we grilling, baby.
We grilling, baby.